Alright guys, hopefully I'm in frame. If not, well, and you may be able to hear music in the background. We have a park a block or two away, and on Sundays they have live music at their little amphitheater.
Okay, get down, please.
So you may be able to hear it.
It's okay, honey.
That,
very quick.
And when the wind blows, you'll be able to hear all the wind chimes. I have a thing for wind chimes, and so does Mama Bootleg. That's one of the newer ones I got her. It's got a little gnome guy. That one's got a butterfly on it. That one's got a wolf. And then that one's got a crazy big-nosed bird thing. It's really goofy looking. But he was cool looking, so I picked him up. I'm still wanting one of the big ones. He's got the real big long tubes. Your little goofy guy that I bought you with the big nose. It's like a bird or something. Oh, it's the sun faded it. But anyway, alright. I asked you guys for some questions, so I printed them out, but I need a new ink cartridge, and your guys' names for some reason was in color, so I don't know who did the questions. If you're really wanting to know, go look at the video Need Something, and you can look at the comments and see it. Are you going inside?
No, I'm gonna go get some food on for a rollerblade.
Should have go rollerblade. Alright. And yes, there's kids in the neighborhood, so you're going to hear them. But it's too hot to be inside. I mean, it's not bad out, but it's too hot to be in there. Alright. One of you, could you do a vid on your take on going to college? I.e., is it worth it in terms of cost versus what you're likely to make afterwards? Just all aspects. Alright, I've got 2 degrees. I've got yeah, but it don't hurt. And it'll only bite if your hand smells like food. One of the kids is looking at Ricky Tiki Talk. But I've got a degree in architectural design, associates, and then another one in mechanical design. I thought if I got multiple degrees, because there's architectural, there's mechanical, and then there's civil. And civil would be like working for the state, doing property lines and easements and bridges and shit like that, and that just didn't interest me. But I figured if I got mechanical and architectural, I'd be well-rounded and could basically set my own pay. What the fuck was I thinking? But when I started college, jobs started out anywhere from 12 to 15 bucks an hour. By the time I got out of college, they had dropped a little bit, but you needed experience, you know. Before, you needed the degree. You get the degree, then you need experience. I get a year or 2 worth of experience. The owner died. I'd actually retired from that company. I'd never done tattooing or anything. I'd retired. We designed control systems and lighting systems for airports. The air traffic controllers, all their stuff, and the shit out on the airports was all our stuff. Awesome job. Awesome. Awesome. It's a multi-million-dollar company with 3 full-time employees and 3 part-time employees. It was amazing. I've talked about it before. Like, the airports are magnets for lightning strikes, and they have like this control system, and it'll have 3 boards. That way you can take 3 lightning strikes before it goes out. And then there's a backup one, which has 3 more. So basically you can take out 6 lightning strikes before it goes down. But it would fry this one board. We sold this board for $700-800, and it cost us about $1.50 to make. But anyway, college was probably the worst mistake I ever made in life. I've got years of payments. It's like a house mortgage. I borrowed $12,000, and by the time I pay it off, it'll be $150,000. Unless I wanted to make like $600 or $700 a month payments right out of school. So yeah, it works like a mortgage, a home mortgage. Like I said, I borrowed like $12,000, and it'll be over $100,000 by the time it's paid off. So, to me, it's a big mistake. My 2 degrees right now will get me a job about $7-8 an hour. I owned my own company before I went to college. I had a painting and drywall company. I paid my laborers more than $8 an hour. And those are the guys with no experience. Here's a pile of shit, old drywall and lath board. Pick it up and put it in the dumpster. I paid those guys more than $8 an hour. But I got it in my head I'd work smart, not hard. So yeah, my idea of college, unless it is absolutely mandatory for the job you're wanting to do. Now, if I went back, got my bachelor's in architectural design, then did an apprenticeship, and if I did 6, 7, 8 more years of college, I could make good money. But yeah, that's not going to happen. You know, maybe I just picked the wrong thing. I don't know. But to me, I know a lot of people that have college degrees that are managers for fucking McDonald's or Wendy's. So, yeah, you can pet the cat. Yeah, to me, it's not worth it. Like I said, I know a lot of well-educated managers at McDonald's or something, huh?
Is it a girl?
I think it's a girl. Her name is Magic.
Magic?
The little girl just rode up and wanted to pet the cat. Yeah, like I said, I know a lot of well-educated managers at McDonald's, and then I know a lot of managers at McDonald's that didn't get their high school diploma, and just lied about it. So, I say if you're going to go to college, make the company that you're working for pay for it. To me, it's a waste. There's a lot of things out there that you can do in life without going to college. And I don't know how many people I know with college degrees that are doing nothing even remotely close to what they're went to school for. Now my tattooing, I use some of this stuff, figuring layouts and shit like that, but not enough. I was really good at the CAD, computer-aided design, doing it on, drafting or design on computer. I was real good with that. I was real good. Example, one of the job interviews I went to, this woman had this little test for me to do. She told me to take a half an hour to do it. Just under 15 minutes, I'm done, and it's printing out on the plotter. Plotter is a big architectural printer, basically. Does the big blueprints. But I go to her office and say, hey, I'm done. It's plotting out right now. She, oh, there's no way. And she looks at her watch. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. I was like, well, it's plotting out. If there's some mistake, show me. She looks at it. There's no mistakes. Well, how did you do that? Well, I did this, I did that, and I did this, which will save time for this, and basically I knew more than she did. The job that I worked at for the aircraft design, they had always hired people out of the career center, young kids, so they weren't used to having somebody that knew what the fuck they were doing. They were 6 months behind when I started.
It's a girl, and the name is Matt.
And,
We need to go because Son's behind the office.
so the deal was I wanted more money than what they were offering. But he told me if I made it through the probationary period, he would consider it. So, they were 6 months behind. I catch them up within 30 days. We go into the boss's office. Because he wasn't checking on me. I go into the boss's office and say, hey, I'm done. He blows the fuck up. I want quality, not quantity. Da-da-da-da-da. So I go grab a stack of blueprints, slap them on his desk, and say, well, show me the fucking mistakes. He goes ripping through it. He can't find any. Pissed. So he's like, all right. Here's all the old hand drawings that we've just never had the time to enter them into the computer. That'll keep you busy for at least 6 months, if not longer. 30 days later, I'm done. And he goes into the same, I told you I want quality, not quantity, da-da-da-da-da. So I get up, I don't say shit, go into my office, grab a stack of blueprints, and say, hey, we did this once fucking before. Slap it down on his desk so you find the fucking mistakes. Needless to say, he's pissed because he can't find the mistakes. We're 60 days into the 90-day probationary period. My probationary period ended, and I got the money that I was asking for. So, but, granted, I wouldn't have been able to do that job without going to college, but to me, college is a waste. Unless it's an absolute must. Unless you go for a bachelor's or a master's or something, a regular associate's degree is worth about the same as a fucking high school diploma these days. So, I'd think long and hard. The days of graduating high school, going to college, then getting a career started are long gone. It used to be you went to a job and you stayed there until you fucking retired. You got the gold watch when you retired. Those days are fucking over with. Now it's job don't give you what you want, you quit and go get another one. Back in the day it wasn't like that. So, like I said, unless it's an absolute must, I would wait. I would think long and hard before getting yourself in debt over something that may not get you any more money than a job without one. So, alright, on to the next one.